Hi Stampers, I'm coming to you via YouTube video because we have a lot of kit designs to get through in my segment. I still have kits for sale, so if you like what you see during my video, then drop me a PM and I'll get a kit to you in the mail on Monday. So let's get started. Hi Stampers, this is super awesome stamper Shirley Merker. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Sun Prairie, Wisconsin, USA. My project today features these pocket style cards. So you've got a lot of different styles included in your kit, so let's get started. So look for your box that says small flat rate box from me. I ship everything in the small flat rate. Then take everything out of your box. You've got a stack of pattern paper that's already scored, a baggie of embellishments, and some of this cardstock. Let's set those aside for right now. We are going to focus on the green designer series paper first. So let's do that. And then I've got my adhesive sitting right here, so I'm sure you've got everything that you need for today sitting in front of you. But today I'll be using our mini dimensionals and regular dimensionals, Stampin' Seal, the bone folder, and the take your pick tool. All right, so you're gonna look for some of the envelopes that have got the pool party cardstock. Those get adhered to that pattern paper. And then the next one is this lighter green, and that will be adhered to that pattern paper. And then the last is the shaded spruce card backings, and that will be adhered to that pattern paper. So just set everything else aside and we'll focus on these three styles right now. So all of the pattern paper comes from the Forever Greenery suite. So if you don't like what I've done or how I've arranged my sample card, you can certainly interchange all of these supplies. So first, let's work on this card because I pulled out the bluish tint and therefore I used the pool party cardstock on that. So let's just swing that off to the side. All right, so you've got two cards here. I've already scored it. And if you look at my sample, you have to look at the pattern paper. So if this is your front pattern, your leaves would be pointing down. You want them pointing up. So flip it over. And then all I've done is a custom fold over, maybe about, an inch. And then take your bone folder and press down. And then I would take your tape runner, whatever you're using, liquid glue, and fold that over. All right, and then let's start our layerings. So grab one piece of that pool party cardstock and one piece of the Whisper White. And attach some adhesive. And mount that down. And then tuck that in. You'll see how this card will come together. Okay. Now, I asked you to set aside your little embellishment bag. But in that embellishment bag, or perhaps just alongside in your box, there was this length of woven vanilla ribbon. So that's what we're going to use on this card. So find that. And that's going to be your next step. So I attached my bow to my wraparound ribbon. And to do that, you're going to have quite a bit of a length of a tail. You might have to do this a few times. So wrap it around the back. Not sure that's enough for a tail and a loop. So let's pull that a little more so I got a larger tail, longer tail. And then I always flip my ribbon upside down. It seems that the loops and the tails go the right direction. Not sure why that is. But if I tie them upside down, they will loop and tail the right direction. Okay. And then just use your paper snips or your ribbon cutting scissors and cut that off. So you're going to do a little better here with your ribbon economy. I am just doing it on camera so you can see how I'm doing it. Okay, so, and then the rest of your ribbon you'll use on your second card. Now, next, here's the lovely label punch. So that will be the next one. Here's where you'd want to stamp a sentiment. So I'm going to not do a sentiment right now. I'm going to instead pop that up using our regular size dimensionals. 2 of them so that it is raised above that ribbon. And then you all got some gold, very delicate laser cut papers. So decide how you want to distribute those between your cards, and if you want the gold up or if you would like the white up. I prefer the white up. And then what I did was, since this is hard to get adhesive anywhere, grab your liquid glue. I included one of these punched leaves, so you could kind of hide some glue behind that punched leaf. So let's do that. I'm going to actually use some glue dots. So one on the larger leaf and one on the smaller leaf and one on the third leaf. And then I might just put a little bit of adhesive on there to secure that delicate laser cut. All right, and then this leaf punch is just secured over that. So that's your first pocket card. That is the basic assembly of each design. Now, I said in my intro, it might be a gift card or a party favor. So you could certainly tuck a small something in there. If you want to make it a gift card, I have these extra pieces that I included in your kit. What you'd want to do is attach some adhesive. I think I'm just going to do glue dots because that's a little more narrow. Attach some adhesive on 4 of the corners. And actually, let me get my take your pick tool. So I get the glue dot where I need it, because I'm going to custom cut that edge off. And then place it towards the bottom. And then you will be able to attach a gift card. Oops, and I don't have a gift card size thing here. Let me grab a embellishment. See, it can be a party favor. You can gift away a little bit of the metallic pearls in there. And then I would flip it over and custom cut that off. So that's how you turn this pocket card into a gift card or a small treat holder or a money holder. Okay. So let me clear these supplies off and I'll bring in the next design. Here is the next design. So it's got these leaves. Again, on the back side, they're upside down. So let's just move our supplies off so we just have one set to work with. One of those lacy things and one each of the small and large green and white. All right, so again, you want the leaves going up. So flip this one down about 1 inch. Well, that's more than 1 inch, isn't it? Probably 1.5 inches to 2 inches. And what I did on this one is flipped it back and then flipped it again. So I gave it a little bit of a pleat, and that adds just quite a bit of interest and depth to the card. And then you're going to come through and adhere some adhesive. So I'm showing you all different ways to dress up this front part of the card. Okay, now we've got this silver or gold thread, and for this one I didn't tie a bow, but I've got the edges hanging off either side. So what I recommend is putting some adhesive in the center, that way it anchors the gold, and then take it and secure it on the adhesive. It looks like I wrapped it two times, and then once for the edge there. Once for the end to kind of hang off. So I'm going to press down where I have all that adhesive and then grab my scissors and snip off the end there. And then a fun little detail is you can just take the end of that gold thread and swizzle it a little bit. So there's that. And then you just layer up the rest of it. So we've got this, and you can use, I'm going to use some dimensionals again. So we're going to pop that up. Now, if you look closely at the sample, there is a strip of gold, or there is a gold glitter enamel dot in the center. And that's in the next kit's packet. It might have been in this kit's packet, but here are your gold enamel shapes. So you can decorate up your cards however you'd like. I think there are more shapes than what I used. Okay, there. All right, so next up you gotta separate out your little filigree here thing. I'm not sure if filigree is the right name, but there you go. And just for ease, I'm going to grab my glue dots, place that over the center. And now in your kit, you should have had a little circle. So if you see here, there's a little circle. All right, I found them. So I would glue dot that down. And then use your take your pick tool. It looks like I did a medium glitter dot there. All right, and then last thing would be to attach that to that. All right, here is the next design. I did an angled pleat on this one. So for this design, I've got the leaves in the inside of the card and the horizontal stripes on the outside. So let's flip that over, have the long edge towards you right now, and flip that back. And now that you can see the leaves going the right way. So flip it back about an inch again. I'm all about eyeballing things. And then flip it up at an angle. And what you're going to want to make sure is that you don't flip this up too far that this overhangs, otherwise it won't fit in your envelope. So maybe put your finger there and do a flip up. Okay, and grab your bone folder and pleat those down, and then pleat this one back. All right, so you'll notice that I am not securing the edges of the card. You can if you'd like, you can certainly do that. I'd recommend a thinner adhesive like the tear and tape or glue dots. Okay, so let's secure some of these pleats down. Got a little off track. And then this pleat as well. Okay, and then next layer would be this gold delicate leaf to secure that pleat down. Just make sure you don't run it over the edge of that card. And then we're going to put one of those dots over that, kind of covers up the glue dot there. And then grab your gold thread. Now you got quite a bit of gold thread, so just try not to tangle all that up. So we're going to tie a bow on this one. And if you're bow challenged, you don't have to tie a bow. You do whatever is comfortable for you. I'm just giving you a lot of ideas on how to decorate your card front. So one thing I am going to do is I am going to secure down. Good tip, you can use your bone folder to put glue dots wherever you'd like. So I'm going to secure this end down. And then that will give me something to anchor this gold thread on. So this gold thread and also the gold laser cuts are part of the Forever Greenery collection. Secure a knot and then tie your bow. There we go. All right, and this one edge of this tail is all separated. I love that look. This edge tail is not going to be separated, but you just twist it through your fingers and it will separate. And then the final thing would be to find your glue or your gold enamel shapes and decide which shape you're going to put over that center. You need something to anchor that bow down. And then adhere your white to your shaded spruce base, and that gets slipped in right there. We'll work on the Gilded Autumn designs next. So everybody got 2 of this design. You may have gotten 2 of the acorns and 1 pumpkin or 2 pumpkins, just depending on what was in stock when you ordered your kit. So let's move these off to the left. We'll come back to those and let's work on this design. So if you look close, I have a strip of 1-inch paper there. And what you want to do is cut off 1 inch from the top. You see that right there? From the long side of the pattern paper. Okay, so I've already done that. You didn't need to watch me do that on camera. And then what you're going to do is just flip that over, and you're going to take this 1-inch piece and make sure you flip that over enough so you can see a little bit of the color on this strip. So bone fold that down, and then the pattern gold and copper embossed would go over that. So I get a little bit of the mint macaron showing on both sides, both edges of that. Okay, so let's glue stick that down, glue dot it, tape runner, whatever you got. And then tape runner that down. And then the next layer would be, so I'm going to just take 1 set here. There we go. Your next layer would be the lovely label punched in early espresso. And it looks like for this one, I just did not use the dimensionals. Again, you use whatever you want. These are your card kits to do with whatever you'd like. Here's where you'd stamp a sentiment. So this punch has got a lot of room for a smaller sentiment. And then now you're going to grab your little embellishment baggie and dump those out. Just dump them all out so they're out. And then you're going to use your, find your edge on the linen thread. Thread it through. Leave about 6 inches of hang off. By that I mean hang it off of the card. And do some wraparounds. I see it looks like I've only done 1. And then let it hang off about the same amount. Cut that off. And come through on the side you already didn't come through on that acorn loop. Acorn, I don't know what you call it. Hanger thingy. I'm not a jewelry maker, so I don't know what the technical terms are. And then make sure you've got that centered. You're going to want to tie a knot. And that will secure that acorn where you want it. There. Now, since we haven't secured the linen thread on the back or anywhere, you can kind of move that acorn around to wherever you'd like it. So I think I will want it on the top though, towards the top, because I probably will stamp a sentiment. And then tie a bow. And then secure that with a glue dot. Secure the acorn down wherever you'd like it. All right. And then the backer sheet, you'll add your little acorn to that with the glue dot or whatever you'd like. This acorn pattern, it is going any which way, so it doesn't matter which side you flip out. I also did the cut off technique there, cut off 1 inch so I could see a little bit of the chevron on the top and the bottom. So let's focus on the pumpkin one. So a pumpkin does have direction. So let's just flip that down, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this one. Do we want to do a flip black like that? I think so. Let's do something like this. So a thick pleat. I kind of like that. All right, and then you would have gotten a length of copper metallic thread, and then the baker's or linen thread. I keep on calling that baker's twine. So let's adhere that down. Again, we've already done this pleat on a different design. And then you're going to put some adhesive down, because what you want to do is secure this end in the center, and then come around. Oop, I don't have quite enough adhesive right there. Let's try that again. Secure that down. There you go. And then I ran 2 pieces of linen thread to the either side. So again, I'm giving you a lot of options to decorate up your pocket cards. You can even secure that in the center and run it through and come around. Now, no matter what pattern paper you got, you all got a set of these bows. And this little mini tag could certainly go on the top of that. And then I see I'm doing something a little different. Somehow you need to secure your acorn on there. So let's just do a little knot. And we will just use a glue dot to secure that. There. And I will probably force my little tails down like that. There's this little tiny piece that's like the center of the bow. I would attach that with a glue dot and then use another glue dot on the acorn. There, and then this will be inserted into that one. Here are the last 2 designs. You got 1 each, so one in the peony garden, and then all I did was flip that back a couple of times, secured the ribbon on this end so the angle is over on the right. Use the self-adhesive embellishment to kind of anchor that ribbon down, and then this tag would be where you'd want to stamp your sentiment. I'm pretty sure you also got a piece of this colored cardstock that coordinates with this backer sheet, so you could certainly turn this into a gift card holder. And then you got either a doggy pattern or a kitty cat pattern, so they were catered 50-50. And all I did was secure the bone around the collar, and then you could secure the heart around the cat collar as well. And then I cut off, maybe about 1.5 inches, because otherwise for the doggy pattern, the puppy paws were facing down. And so I adhered what I cut off to that backer sheet. There, you can see that right there. I thought it would be fun to share that these are all of the punches that I use to create the kits. I do have kits available that I can mail starting on Monday and shipping whenever you place an order. It's $28 for all this fun. Stampin' Up! Has a pattern paper sale. It's called Designer Series Paper in the Stampin' Up! World, and it's 15% off select packages. So the Artistry Blooms, Forever Greenery in Good Taste, Peony Garden, Playing with Patterns, and Playful Pets. So Peony Garden and Playful Pets and the Forever Greenery were featured in my kits. Also on sale is A Whale of a Time and several patterns from our August to December mini catalog. Details for the sale will be on my blog at superawesomestamper.com. If you'd like to download a catalog from my blog, click on this icon for the annual catalog. Click on this icon for the August to December catalog. I'll have a show special as well featuring Designer Series Paper. Full details will be on my blog at superawesomestamper.com. If you need some company in your stamp room, I can help you with that. I offer kits in the mail, online retreats, including Black Friday coming up, shopping, and more. Go to my blog at superawesomestamper.com to see what I offer. Thanks, and hope to stamp with you soon. Bye!